Hey, what's going on, guys? Alex with NBC 11 Alive. T11, born to compete. I got my guy Brooks here from Sports Illustrated. You see the background right now. He flossed a little bit. He almost doing what Jerry Jones did in the yacht. You know what I'm saying? That's what my guy got going on. Was that not him and Coach Kingsbury from Arizona Cardinals? Was that not the boss move, how they were sitting in the draft? Jerry on his yacht and Kingsbury looking like he's trying to get his Tinder profile up.
Yeah, the only difference is, that Jerry Jones yacht, that's a $250 or $250 million flex. This is about a $25 flex. So slightly different circumstances, but yeah, man, they treat us right over here at Sports Illustrated.
Absolutely, man. All right, we are talking about top 5 players, and I don't want to say top 5 players. We're not even doing that no more. It's just 5 players that has kind of stood out to you that we talk about. And here's the thing: we're talking about this weekly now. This is news to Brooks here. He's just finding this out. We're talking about this weekly. 5 players that stand out to you, faces in the crowd, so to speak. And let's go ahead and get to it, man. There's a kid over at Buford. Kind of plays. He can play the box safety, so to speak. He play a little bit of linebacker, play a little bit of safety. They can move him all over that secondary there. Malik Spencer. What's your thoughts on him?
Well, first off, there's just something about them Buford unis, man. When you take a look at them, it's just like, oh, D1 football player.
Okay.
But the first note I got on Malik Spencer is he's a positionless player, man. I mean, he plays all over the field over there at Buford. You see him set the edge as almost like an edge defender.
Yeah.
See him play in the box as a linebacker. See him play off ball as a slot corner, and he's even played a little bit of safety. So we talk about it all the time about when you see positional versatility like that, the immediate thing I think is that's a smart football player, first of all. He's got to be able to figure out all those things. And then you watch him on tape, the play recognition matches up with it. I mean, he gets to the ball first because, he's a really good athlete. He's explosive and he can run, but his play recognition is off the charts. I mean, he sniffs out screens quicker than most, especially for a young player. And the play strength for me, this guy can absolutely shock you outside of, like we said, just the positional versatility and how smart of a football player he is.
You know what I like? Every game I watch him in, he makes a play, right?
Yeah.
So here's the deal. What I always say, everybody's like, Alex, what makes a special player special to you when you watch him play? Whether his team is overmatched or whatever it might be, I always say this: you will know he's on the field. That is the thing I always say about it. I don't care if it might be one play. It doesn't matter. You will know he's on the field. Every time I've seen Buford play, I've seen him play. Now, I'll just put it that way. I've seen him do something, at the position. So they'll be pretty good. JQ Hardaway from Hardaway, name's a bit of a tongue twister there. Big corner, about 6'2", 6'1", getting a lot of offers now. A lot of people didn't know about him the year before, even though, hey, we knew about him, of course. We saw him on the show. I just think he is one of the top corners, not only in the state, but in the country. Your thoughts on him?
Yeah, you hit on it right off the top. I mean, 6'2", might grow to 6'3", just a long corner. And to me, he looks like a prototypical South Carolina or Texas A&M corner. They like these big 6'3", 6'4" guys. Think about a guy like Israel Mukamu out there at South Carolina, stands at 6'4". Go out to Texas A&M, you got a guy like Clifford Chapman who stretches all the way to 6'5". A lot of people are going to, question whether or not JQ needs to move towards the back end of the defense, play a little bit of safety. I don't think the play strength, we talked about play strength, just a second ago, I don't think that's necessarily there for JQ. And I think what you're going to be stealing and taking away from him, if you stick him back in there in that back end, this is a guy with tremendous ball skills, Alex. Yes. I mean, and not only that, when the ball's in the air, odds are he's going to come down with it, A, and B, once he's got it, he's trying to score. And he's got a good opportunity to do so. So I don't think, to me, in my notes, I got a trust the measurables type of prospect. When you look at him, he's, like we said, 6'2", maybe 170, 175 pounds. The frame's going to hold a lot more when he gets to college into a collegiate strength and conditioning program. So trust the measurables that he's got now. Leave him at corner. Let him develop. Out there at Hardaway, he's not asked to run a lot of bump and run. I mean, it's something you're probably going to have to shape and mold once he gets to college if you're going to leave him in a man-to-man situation. So, but I think a lot of what Hardaway does that for is because of those ball skills. Get him off ball, let him play, and, track the ball down. So I like JQ a lot, but, this is an ascending player. It's a guy that's only going to get much, much better when he gets to college, and he's pretty daggum good right now.
You know what I like about him? We're doing a 7-on-7. And a lot of people didn't know about him when we went out down there and picked him and everything like that with the Cam Newton team, and we suggested that he play with them. he is locking up against, and I won't say the kid's name because I know how people take offense to a lot of different things. I'll just say the kid was one of the top receivers in the country. All right.
Yeah.
JQ played man on him. I'm talking about, hey, I don't care what y'all running over there. Y'all run whatever. I got this. He's over there with the shades on, the aviators, and the nightstick. You know what I'm saying? Straight up lockdown defense, and limited him. One of the top receivers in the country, limited him to one catch on a slant. That's in 7-on-7 people. That is mind-blowing against that type of talent, but that just showed the type of player he was. Now, you got a quarterback over at McEachern. And yes, we know Carlos Del Rio has moved on to Grayson. And here's the thing I say about when you run into a situation like that. Good people get divorced. And I've heard that term, and I've always used that. And what that means is sometimes it's best for two good people to go their separate ways. That's what McEachern has done. And that's what Del Rio has done at Grayson. Both of them are going to have success. There's both winners. Nobody hate on either one. They're going to be all right. But the kid, Bryce Arch, got good size. He's about almost 6'2" now. Very accurate, very smart with the ball. What's your thoughts on him?
First thing that, you see about Bryce Arch, this is a three-sport athlete. Plays baseball, basketball, and football over there in McEachern. And, Alex, I don't know if you know this because I know you're a football guy, but Bryce has been clocked up to upwards of 90 miles an hour as a sophomore off the mound already. So, when you go to recruit this guy as a college recruiter, he's only got 3 D1 offers right now, but it's going to be tough to keep him off of the diamond in college because, he, like I said, he is a top-notch pitching prospect out of the state of Georgia. And that accuracy, what you're talking about with the ability to locate the football, a lot of that's based off of his pitching ability, right? An incredibly accurate thrower of the football. And that pitcher's motion, that directly over the top, quick and efficient and fluid motion, it pops up on his football tape too.
Yes.
So, a really smart football player. But when you look at his game tape, Alex, back shoulder fades, deep balls, all of that, ball accuracy, great stuff from Bryce Archie. I'm a fan, honestly.
Their first 5 games is going to be tough, including that Newton on the back end where, eventually we'll get to them later as far as they got a pass rush. They got a secondary. But I think after he comes out of those 5 games, he's going to be tested. He's going to be tried, and they're going to be all right. And Bryce is going to be good moving down the road on that one. Big tight end, H-back, however you want to term it. About 6'5", kid's about 230. Jack Nickel at Milton, who I think is the real deal. That kid is special. What's your thoughts on him?
You hit on it, right? 20 D1 offers. This is a really, really big kid. And, to me, when I watched him on tape, he doesn't do one specific thing, better than the rest, but he does everything really, really well as a tight end prospect. I saw on his, his social media pages, he ran an unofficial, if you will. It looked like his dad was timing him. Ran an unofficial 4.78, 4.8-ish range in the 40. But you hit on it, man. If you're a college offense and you run a split back or an H back, this dude is going to light it up in the run game. A really, really efficient run blocker. Comes from a great program and a state championship program there at Milton. And to me, when I watched him, man, he really reminded me of Charlie Warner at the University of Georgia. And it's because of his blocking capabilities. This is a latch and lock guy out in space. You can put him out there and he'll help your, screen game tremendously because he's going to get his hands on guys in space and block with extreme amounts of effort and put guys on his back. So, but all in all, a completely well-rounded tight end. And he's going to make a Division I Power 5 team very, very happy in the future.
Yeah, and Coach Clack knows how to coach. He knows how to coach, and he's going to get the best out of Jack. One thing I can say about Jack is he's a nightmare matchup. You get in that red zone, you know what time it is. We ain't going to play with it. You know what time it is. Throw it up to the big guy. Let him go get it. And here's what I like most about Jack. In the passing game, if you look when he catches the ball, all hands. Another player, probably the last one we're talking about today. Got to give some of our young boys some love, man. Kid going into his freshman year, already picked up an offer from Kentucky. He will be at Pace Academy. Kid comes in about 6'2" already, probably somewhere in the 170, 180. He'll gain weight. You can tell he has a frame to gain weight and can let it fly and probably won every award we got at the youth level. Kid named Prentice Air Nolan. What's your thoughts on him?
Man, I'll tell you a little story about Prentice. So I'm over there at the Bubble on the west side of Atlanta where Terrence Edwards and Ron Veal and Tony Bauer and all those guys, they work out every once in a while. And this is probably 4 or 5 months ago. and there's this left-handed quarterback that's over there that is just throwing dimes. I mean, the ball's just jumping out of his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I walk over to Ron Deal and I say, who's that guy? And how old is he? And he goes, well, he's an eighth grader right now. And I said, what? Yeah. Like, it just and the drops look perfect. You talking about gaining ground in your 5-step drop as a quarterback. Mm-hmm. This dude is just putting power through the turf and getting back quickly. And like I said, to me, and this comparison, freaks people out a little bit. The release, just talking about the arm motion.
Okay.
It looks like Michael Vick. I mean, it does.
Whoa, hold up.
Hey, come on now. Hey, and I'm not talking about athletically.
I know what you're talking about. I get it.
I'm talking
just
about
the release, ball coming out the hand.
I'm talking about here, the elbow up, the quickness, the fluidity, the efficiency. It looks like Michael Vick. I sent footage of Prentice Nolan to an SEC recruiter, Alex, and all I got back was the eye emojis. That was it. It was.
Yeah.
It was, what? Yeah, because you don't see it. I mean, you really don't see it from lefties where they're completely, fluid and efficient. Prime example, look at Tim Tebow. That 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock motion that we see so often from left-handers, there's none of this. It's straight 9 to 12 for Prentice Nolan, and he can straight up sling it. And like you said, he's going to get bigger. There's no telling how much, taller and wider this young man's going to get. So I'm all here for Prentice Nolan. You're gonna hear that name a lot in the future.
Brooks, tell them how to find you real quick.
You can check me out at Brooks Austin SI on Twitter. And, of course, you can check out all the stuff we do over on the Bulldog Maven, covering all Georgia athletics. Just bulldogmaven.com. Bulldog spelled like Bulldog. Maven spelled like Raven, but with an M.
There it is, man. Make sure you check them out. Top 5, not top 5, I keep saying that, but 5 players that we got to know. My guy Brooks here talking about us every week. Take care, guys.